Russian President Vladimir Putin has claimed that Russian forces are advancing along the entire Ukrainian front line and that they've taken control of the town of Chasiv Yar. Ukrainian President Volodomyr Zelenskyy denied that the strategically important Ukrainian town had fallen after nearly 18 months of fighting, dismissing the Russian claim as disinformation. But this video, posted by a Russian military unit and verified by Reuters news agency, shows a Russian paratroop banner and the Russian national flag being raised by soldiers in the town's desolate ruins. And Russia's been slowly grinding forward in eastern Ukraine as talks to end the 3.5-year war have failed to progress. If Chasiv Yar has fallen to the Russians, it opens the way to other key targets such as Slovyansk, just 47 kilometres to the northwest. Let's explore this with military expert Marina Miron from King's College London. Welcome back, Marina. Chasiv Yar, I guess, is a name that's familiar to Ukrainians and to people who are paying particularly close attention to this conflict. Where is it, and why have the two sides been fighting over it for the last 18 months?
Good evening, Phil. Well, we have to recall the battle for Solidar back then by the Wagner Group and the battle for Bakhmut. And so in that context, Chasiv Yar has been important for the Ukrainian armed forces in order to try and supply the troops and equipment to both of those cities. And since then, Chasiv Yar has been playing a very important logistical role also for repair of equipment. It is located, if we look at the topographic map, it's located on a height, so it's ideal for defensive positions. And so for the Ukrainians, it has been an important fortification up till now. And given its location, given the fact that it has been heavily fortified by the Ukrainian troops, we have seen that the Russians started fighting literally house by house some 18 months ago to try and dislodge the Ukrainian troops, to disrupt their logistics, because Chasiv Yar, given its location, it's about 60 kilometers from Donetsk city. It is an important location on the way to Slovyansk and Kramatorsk. So controlling Solidar gave the Russians the ability to get to Bakhmut. Now they needed Chasiv Yar in order to be able to proceed with their offensive towards Konstantinivka, which might be next on the list, and then to Slovyansk and Kramatorsk.
Okay. And so when Vladimir Putin says Russia has captured Chasiv Yar, what sort of credibility do we give to that?
We'll wait and see, I guess. I mean, we've got footage which has been confirmed by Reuters. Of course, this war has been filled with a lot of disinformation, which is normal for any war. Both sides are trying to overstate their successes. That being said, if this has been confirmed by a third party, and I have seen footage as well, it looks like indeed the Russians have managed to dislodge the Ukrainian troops and take Chasiv Yar. And what happens next will show whether that capture has been successful. So we will have an additional confirmation then, because I expect after clearing the location, they will try to develop their offensive towards Konstantinivka.
President Putin also claimed today that his country is advancing along the entire front line in Ukraine. Give us an overview. How successful has Russia's summer offensive been?
Well, so far we have seen some movement around Sumy. Of course, it is difficult because there is no concentrated push in one specific direction. We have seen some activity in Zaporizhia. We're seeing activity in Sumy. We're seeing something being prepared for Kharkiv. We also have Pokrovsk. So It is difficult to make an assessment right now because we don't really have a benchmark. We don't know what the actual objective is. If we look at the higher objective of retaking the Donbass, slowly but surely the Russian troops are getting there, and not just because they have changed their tactics and their operational approach and adjusted their logistics, but also because Ukraine and Ukrainian armed forces are also getting weaker in terms of manpower and in terms of equipment.
Germany announced today it's delivering 2 Patriot missile defence systems to Ukraine within days. So they're in days. How long before they can be actually put into service?
From my understanding, Germany is not delivering Patriot systems to Ukraine. It's delivering 2 Patriot launchers, which is a substantial difference, because a system includes radars, command and control posts, and so on. So it's much more full-fledged, and it, of course, includes launchers. And from my understanding, Ukraine will be getting only 2 launchers. So that has to be very clear, because that changes the significance of this move by Germany. 2 launchers can carry up, depending on the type, up to 16 interceptor missiles. How long it will take, I don't know where Germany will get those 2 launchers from, if it has them ready to go. Maybe a week, a couple of days, depending also on where the Ukrainian side will want to integrate them, because you are not going to use them separately. As I said, they are a part of a specific system, and so they will have to be placed somewhere where you also have radars in order to know what you're going to intercept.
Right. Thanks for clearing that up for us, Marina. Marina Miron from King's College London. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.